بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Welcome to the lesson of شرح الحديث حديث النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم from Sahih al-Bukhari, and we are in a chapter of the merits of companions of Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم, and we are in hadith number 3696. بسنده المتصل يقول الإمام البخاري: حدثني أحمد بن شبيب بن سعيد قال حدثني أبي عن يونس قال ابن شهاب أخبرني عروة بن الزبير أن عبيد الله بن عدي بن الخيار أخبره أن المسور ابن مخرمة وعبد الرحمن بن الأسود بن عبد يغوث قال: ما يمنعك أن تكلم عثمان لأخيه الوليد، قد أكثر الناس فيه. فقصدت بعثمان حتى خرج إلى الصلاة، قلت: إن لي إليك حاجة وهي نصيحة لك. قال: يا أيها المرء. قال معمر: أراه قال: أعوذ بالله منك. فانصرفت فرجعت إليهم إذ جاء رسول عثمان فأتيته فقال: ما نصيحتك؟ فقلت: إن الله سبحانه بعث محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم بالحق وأنزل عليه الكتاب، وكنت ممن استجاب لله وللرسول، فهاجرت الهجرتين وصحبت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ورأيت هديه، وقد أكثر الناس في شأن الوليد. قال: أدركت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم؟ قلت: لا، ولكن خلص إلي من علمه ما يخلص إلى العذراء في سترها. قال: أما بعد، فإن الله بعث محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم بالحق، فكنت ممن استجاب لله ولرسوله وآمنت بما بعث به، وهاجرت الهجرتين كما قلت، وصحبت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وبايعته، فوالله ما عصيته ولا غششته حتى توفاه الله. ثم أبو بكر مثله، ثم عمر مثله، ثم استخلفت، أفليس لي من الحق مثل الذي لهم؟ قلت: بلى. قال: فما هذه الأحاديث التي تبلغني عنكم؟ أما ما ذكرت من شأن الوليد فسنأخذ فيه بالحق إن شاء الله. ثم دعا عليا فأمره أن يجلده، فجلده 80. طيب, this hadith has been narrated by Ubaydullah ibn Abd ibn Khayr, Ubaydullah ibn Adi ibn al-Khayyar. He said that المسور بن مخرمة عن عبد الرحمن بن الأسود بن أبي يعود said to him, what you forbade to talk to Uthman about his brother, and his brother from Rada'a, from breastfeeding Al-Walid ibn Uqba. This the relation between Uthman ibn Affan and Al-Walid ibn Uqba. They are his brother from the breastfeeding. This is one narration. Another narration said that they are Osman was his uncle, means that Al-Walid Uqba his nephew. طيب, Walid, because people have talked much about him. So Al-Walid ibn Uqba radiallahu anhu is a Sahabi. However, um, it has been mentioned in narration uh, that he has been seeing on the time of man, and he was his wali, he was Amir on Al Kufa. Has been seen that he is drinking khamr, and there are two witnesses saw him. One saw him while he is drinking khamr, and the other while he vomiting khamr. And Osman, when he asked these two witnesses, and then he confirmed it, and then he said he vomit khamr because he drink khamr, and then I confirmed to that he commit this is kabira, and then he asked uh, Ali ibn Abi Talib, he was a judge on his khilafah, to lash him haddul khamri. And haddul khamri in Islam are 40 lashes. This was on the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and 40 on the time of Abu Bakr. And Umar ibn Khattab make it 80, and Ali ibn Abi Talib said that it was 40 on the time of Prophet, and 40 on the time of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and then 80 on the time of Umar, and all of them are Sunnah. So he lashed him, and he asked his son Hassan ibn Ali to lash him, but Hussein, I think, but Hussein said to him, let bring some from his close relative to do it instead of us. So, and then he bring Abdullah ibn Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, who lashed him 80 lashes. Like, so this is the thing that happened um, because um, the here he said that what forbade you to talk to Uthman about his brother Al Walid, because people has talked much about him, because they talk about that he's drinking khamr. So then means I went, which is Abu Abdurrahman ibn Aswad, Abdurrahman ibn Aswad ibn Abd Yahud, um, sorry, Abdul Ubaidullah ibn Adi ibn Khayyat. He went to Uthman, and when he went out for prayer, I said to him, I have something to say to you, and it is piece of advice for you. Uthman said, oh man, from you. Omar said, I see that he said, I seek refuge with Allah from you. So I left him and I went. So I went to Uthman, and when he went out for prayer, I said to him, I have something to say to you, and it's piece of advice for you. Uthman said, oh man, from you. Um, Uthman, Umar said, I see that he said, I seek refuge with Allah from you. So I left him and went to them. Then the messenger of Uthman, radiallahu anhu, um, came, and I went to him, means Osman, and give him permission to enter. Osman asked, what you advise? I replied, Allah sent Muhammad with the truth and revealed the divine book to him in the Quran. And you were among those who followed Allah and his messenger. And you participated in the two migration, means the Habasha and the Medina, and enjoyed the company of Prophet Muhammad and saw his way. No doubt the people are talking much about Al-Walid, Walid ibn Uqba. Osman said, did you receive your knowledge directly from Allah a messenger? I said, no, but his knowledge did reach me as it reached even to the virgin in her circulation, because he was a tabi'i, not a sahabi. Uthman said, and then Allah sent Muhammad SAW with the truth, and I was among those who followed um, Allah Azza wa Jal and His Messenger, and believed in whatever He was sent with, and persevered into migration, as you have said, and enjoyed the company of Prophet Muhammad SAW, and gave the pledge of alliance with him. By Allah, I never disobeyed him, nor did I cheat him till Allah took him unto him. Then I treated Abu Bakr and then Umar similarly, and then I was made a Khalifa, so do not have rights similar to theirs. I said, yes. He said, then are these talks reaching me from you people? Now, concerning what you mentioned about the question Al Walid, Allah willing, I shall deal with him accordingly to what is right. Then he called Ali and ordered him to flog him, and Ali flogged him, means the Walid 80 lashes. Like this, a good example hadith for the relation between the ruler and the people, how the people should respect the ruler and should advise them privately, uh, not in front of the people, not in gathering the people. So here is some of the things that has been يعني, mentioned and criticized Umar ibn Khattab, criticized the Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu during Khilafah, that he appointed his family member to be Umar, and this is a false claim. Actually, and also he was so soft with them, but also the false claim, as you see. He, although Al Walid ibn Uqba, his a brother from breastfeeding, or his nephew, another narration, although when he confirmed that he drink khamr, he uh, lashed him three, lashed him 80 lakhs, and he do not compromise with that. Also, it shows that even Al Walid ibn Uqba is a Sahabi, but he's a human, he can commit sins. So this does not remove his adala, his honesty. Just to know also about Al Walid ibn Uqba, radiallahu anhu, on the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he sent him to Bani al-Mustaliq to collect for them the zakah, and then he saw them coming, uh, and then he scared from them, and he went to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said to him, they are coming to fight the Muslim. And then Salam asked Khalid bin Walid to prepare an army and go to fight them. And then they came to Prophet, and then they said, "Oh Prophet, we came to you to give you zakah." And then Allah Azza wa Jal, as has been narrated in some narration, but has some weakness. Although some scholars make it Hassan, said that this was the reason of the verse, "Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu," or you have believed, if a corrupted person came to you with the news, so you have to investigate. So, but it is, as I said, weak narration. But even if it is a correct narration, this does not mean that Al-Walid ibn Uqba is a fasiq. And we can answer that by saying that this is a general rule that Allah mentioned to us. If you have any news, you have to confirm this news, or even he maybe was at this time is is his status, but Allah will forgive him and make him يعني right. حديث حدثني محمد بن حاتم ابن بزير قال حدثني شاذان قال حدثنا عبد العزيز بن أبي سلمة الماجشون عن عبيد الله عن نافع عن ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما قال كنا في زمن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لا نعدل بأبي بكر أحدا ثم عمر ثم عثمان ثم نترك أصحاب النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نفاضل بينهم. تابعه عبد الله عن عبد العزيز. طيب عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنه said, during the lifetime of Prophet Muhammad we considered Abu Bakr as the fearless, and then Umar, and then Uthman coming next to him, superiority, and then used not to differentiate between the companions of the Prophet. And this is agreement between the scholar about the superiority of the Sahaba in the sequence of the Khulafa. And this is ما أجمعت عليه الأمة وأهل السنة. This is a consensus of the Ummah. طيب next حديث. حدثنا موسى بن إسماعيل قال حدثنا أبو عوانة حدثنا عثمان هو ابن موهب قال جاء رجل من أهل مصر حج البيت فرأى قوما جلوسا فقال من هؤلاء القوم؟ قال هؤلاء قريش. فقال فمن الشيخ فيهم؟ قالوا عبد الله بن عمر. قال يا ابن عمر إني سائلك عن شيء فحدثني. هل تعلم أن عثمان فر يوم أحد؟ قال نعم. قال تعلم أنه تغيب عن بدر ولم يشهد؟ قال نعم. قال تعلم أنه تغيب عن بيعة الرضوان فلم يشهدها؟ قال نعم. قال الله أكبر. قال ابن عمر قال أبين لك. أما فراره يوم أحد فأشهد أن الله عفى عنه وغفر له، وأما تغيبه عن بدر فإنه كانت تحته بنت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وكانت مريضة، فقال له رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن لك أجر رجل ممن شهد بدرا وفهما، وأما تغيبه عن بيعة الرضوان فلو كان أحد أعز ببطن مكة من عثمان لبعثه مكانه، فبعث رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عثمان وكانت بيعة الرضوان بعدما ذهب عثمان إلى مكة، فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بيده اليمنى هذه يد عثمان، فضرب بها على يده فقال هذا لعثمان، فقال له ابن عمر اذهب بها الآن معك. طيب this hadith narrated by Uthman ibn Mawhib. He said that an Egyptian man came from to perform Hajj to the Kaaba, and he saw some people sitting. He inquired about who are these people, and somebody said they are tribe of Quraysh. And he said, who is the old man sitting amongst them? The people replied, he is Abdullah ibn Umar. He said, oh, Ibn Umar, I want to ask you about something. And that's just to let you know, this is for the beginning of the fitna. At the beginning of the fitna of Uthman, the people from some countries like Egypt and Iraq, because they saw or they think that he appointed his relative to rule this country, and they was unjust, and then they start to initiate the fitna between them, and some of them during the Hajj season, the first one, they gathered together in 34 Hijrah, and then they went to Uthman, but he resolved the issue and absolved them. And he then the following year, which is 35 Hijrah, they came about 3,000 people, and they surround the house of Uthman, and finally they killed him, as you know the story. Like, this is one of the point that has been criticizing Uthman ibn Affan, and this man, the Egyptian man, came, and then he said to Omar, I would like to ask you a question, something. And then he said to him, do you know that Uthman fled away on the day of the Battle of Uhud? And then Abdullah ibn Umar said, yes. The Egyptian man said, the second question, do you know that Uthman was absent at the day of the Battle of Badr and didn't join it? Abdullah ibn Umar said, yes. The man said, the third question, do you know that he failed to attend the Ridwan pledge and did not witness Al-Hudaybiyah means? And then he said, yes. And then the man was surprised, was happy, because it is emphasizing and supporting his his idea or his thought about Uthman. And then he said, Allahu Akbar. And then Abdullah ibn Umar said, let me explain to you all of these three things. Um, and then he said to him, as for the fight, or as to for his fight on the day of Uhud, his flight in the day of Uhud, I testify that Allah Azza wa Jal had excused him and forgiven him, and this has been mentioned in Surah Al-Anfal. Uh, and then and those and as for his absence in the Battle of Badr, it was due to the fact that his daughter, to the daughter of Prophet Muhammad sallam, radiallahu anha, was sick. She was due to the fact, Ruqayya radiallahu anha, due to the fact that the daughter of Prophet Muhammad sallam, uh, he was his wife and she was sick. And he said to him, you receive the same reward of the share of bounty as anyone those who participated in the battle, but stay with her. And he stayed, and then she passed away after Badr, Uhud in Shawwal. As his absence from the Al-Ridwan village, because Prophet Muhammad sallam sent to him to Mecca, and then there is no one this time in Mecca more respectful than him. He sent as a representative to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then he sent him instead of him. So no doubt, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had sent him an instance of the Ridwan bridge of alliance has been done after Osman has gone to Mecca. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam held out his rights and saying this Osman hand, he struck his other hand uh, with it saying, this bridge is on behalf of man. Then Ibn Umar said to the man, bear this excuse in mind with you. So this is showed that Uthman ibn Affan, radiallahu anhu, has a qualities make him the third Khalifa, and the Sahaba know that. And anything that has been mentioned against him, it is false. I think. Next hadith, let this last hadith, inshallah. This finish the topics. Uh, حدثنا مسدد حدثنا يحيى عن سعيد عن قتادة أن أنس رضي الله عنه حدثهم قال صعد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أحدا ومعه أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان فرجف وقال اسكن أحد أظنه ضربه برجله فليس عليك إلا نبي وصديق وشهيدان. We mentioned this hadith before, or similar hadiths like that. It has been noted by Anas ibn Malik anhu, that Prophet Muhammad ascended the mountain of Uhud, and Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman were accompanying him. The mountain gave a shake, and then Prophet said, "O Uhud, be calm." I think that the Prophet hit it with his foot, adding, "For upon you there are none but a prophet, a Siddiq, and two martyrs." So the Siddiq is Abu Bakr, and the Prophet is Muhammad sallallahu, and the two martyrs is Uthman and Umar radiallahu anhuma. And this is also showing the merits of Uthman radiallahu. طيب مستوى that inshallah next chapter is talking about the bridge of Uthman ibn Affan and the agreement um, on on killing Uthman ibn Affan, and also we talk about the killing of Umar al-Khattab to know how the fitna was started, and then we go through the manaqib Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, and to finish the manaqib of the four Khalifas radiallahu anhum. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي لكم. جزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Any questions for you? the case. See you inshallah.